Hi, and welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Joy Kwakui, and I am the founder and director of Faith Integrated Psychiatry in Tucson, Arizona. The other day, I discussed the incidence of depression in the United States, and I would encourage you to look out for that video on our channel. But today, I welcome you to the world of anxiety in the US, where worry and stress seem to be at an all-time high, unfortunately. In this fast-paced and very overwhelming society, it's no surprise that anxiety has become a common struggle among Americans. But just how prevalent is anxiety, and what are the latest trends and statistics surrounding this mental health issue? What are we seeing as far as anxiety disorders are concerned, and how can we explain what we are seeing? I just want you to get ready as we dive into an informative conversation as I explore the recent data on anxiety in the US, from shocking numbers to fascinating trends. We'll take a closer look at this complex topic and discover some helpful insights along the way. Meanwhile, please subscribe to the channel and like this video so you can receive future updates from us as well. And thank you very much for doing so. So, anxiety is a prevalent mental health condition in the United States. It affects literally millions of people each year. And anxiety disorders is a blanket term that I'm using to include conditions like generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder. So when I say anxiety, I'm referring to all of this. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, anxiety disorders are the most common mental health illnesses in the country, and it affects about 40 million adults aged 18 and older. And this is about 18.1% of the US population. And the numbers continue to rise, unfortunately. But it's not just adults that are affected. Anxiety is also prevalent among children and adolescents as well. And we see a lot of young people in our practices with anxiety disorders. The National Institute of Mental Illness reports that about 31.9% of adolescents between the ages of 13 and 18 will experience an anxiety disorder at some point in their lives. Gender also plays a role in the incidence of anxiety conditions. Women, unfortunately, are more likely than men to be diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, with a rate of about 23.4% compared to 14.3% among men. However, this may also be due to a number of things: underreporting in men, a combination of biological, psychological, and socio-cultural factors, and hormonal fluctuations in women, societal expectations, differences in ways of coping may all contribute to the disparity between men and women. Now, research shows that anxiety rates vary among different racial and ethnic groups. For example, the prevalence of anxiety is highest among non-Hispanic white adults, estimated at about 20.3% prevalence, followed by non-Hispanic Black adults, estimated at about 14.7%. So you can see that anxiety can be a serious issue and also does affect people of all ages, genders, and backgrounds. Now, let's take a look at the trends that we are seeing and how they may be explained. One significant trend is the increasing prevalence of anxiety disorders among young people in recent times. A study conducted by the American Psychological Association found that anxiety levels among college students have been steadily rising over the past decade. The pressures of modern life, excessive social media use, unhealthy sleep habits, and increasing academic expectations have likely contributed to higher levels of anxiety among adolescents and college students. Another trend is the recognition and destigmatization of anxiety in minority communities. Historically, mental health conditions have been a taboo topic in many cultures, but there has been a shift towards more open conversations about anxiety and other mental health issues. And this increased awareness has led to more individuals seeking help and receiving appropriate diagnosis and treatment, which is a good thing, but has contributed to increasing numbers in the statistics. Across different age groups, the rise in technology consumption appears to be playing a significant role in the evolving landscape of anxiety. With the rise of social media platforms and constant connectivity, individuals are experiencing increasing tendency towards unhealthy comparisons, self-doubt, and the fear of missing out. This appears to be contributing towards reductions in life satisfaction and increased anxiety levels. Finally, the COVID-19 pandemic has had, its fair share of impact on anxiety levels. In recent times, the uncertainty, the fear, the isolation brought on by the pandemic have exacerbated existing anxiety conditions, produced an increase in anticipation of adversity, and triggered new fears and despair among many people. The long-term effects of the pandemic, however, are yet to be fully understood, but it's clear that the pandemic has had a profound impact on our mental health. Overall, these trends indicate that anxiety is a dynamic and ever-evolving clinical issue, and we need to continue researching so that we can understand these trends and develop effective strategies for prevention, treatment, and support for those affected by anxiety. The incidence of anxiety tends to peak in young adulthood, particularly in older teenage years and early 20s, people in the early 20s. And this is likely due to many life transitions and pressures, the many life transition and pressures associated with this stage, such as starting college, leaving home or entering the workforce and stuff like that. However, anxiety does affect people of all age groups, from childhood to old adulthood. Other factors that may influence anxiety are things like socioeconomic status, level of education, and race or ethnicity. For example, individuals from lower socioeconomic backgrounds may experience higher levels of anxiety due to financial stresses and limited access to resources. And additionally, certain racial and ethnic groups may face unique stresses and discrimination that can contribute to higher anxiety levels. It's important to note that these demographic factors do not necessarily determine an individual's likelihood of experiencing anxiety. They simply provide insight into the patterns and trends within the population. Each person's experience with anxiety is unique, and it's crucial that we approach mental health with sensitivity and personalized attention to each individual's situation. By addressing these specific needs and tailoring our treatment approach, we can work towards a society where everyone has access to the resources and care that they need to manage anxiety effectively. Obviously, technology will continue to play a crucial role in shaping our future with anxiety. Unfortunately, as we become even more interconnected through social media and digital platforms, anxiety levels may rise due to the constant exposure to curated versions of other people's lives and the pressure to constantly compare ourselves with others and, keep up with the Joneses and fear of missing out. All of this may contribute to increased anxiety levels. As mentioned earlier, the lasting effects of, the long-term effects of COVID are yet to be fully understood. And the anxieties surrounding health issues, social isolation, and a future that we cannot predict may persist, leading to a sustained increase in anxiety rates. But there is hope for the future as well. There is continued research and increase in understanding of anxiety, which will lead to improved prevention, treatment, and support strategies. And so there's a silver lining. By focusing on early intervention, destigmatization, and promoting mental health education, we can work towards a future where anxiety is better managed and individuals have the resources they need to lead more fulfilling lives in our society. So in summary, the future of anxiety in the United States is a complex landscape with both challenges and opportunities. When we recognize the trends and actively work towards a more mentally healthy society, we can create a future where anxiety is understood, treated, and supported. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please share your thoughts with me in the comment section. Like the video, share it with a loved one so they can benefit as well. Stay blessed, and I will come your way again with another episode. Bye for now.